All right. So we are live officially, a brand new title, a brand new stream. The New York Giants are playing the Minnesota Vikings. Guess the Buffalo Miami game ran a little long because usually, see here. See if I got the game on the old television. So they're looking at the play right now, and it did get reversed like we predicted. And it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 1. But they're so close, it's hard to imagine that they don't get it in. That's what she said. Here we go. So now Madison's in the backfield. 8:27, 8:26. Kirk is just going to keep it himself on a QB sneak, and that is the first touchdown of the game. So Liam says, hi, what's going on, Liam? Welcome. Glad to have you. Ginger said 28-24 as a final prediction. Minnesota getting the better of the deal with 28 points and get the home victory. And then Ginger saying what's up to Liam. So far, I'll update the brand right now. Let's go ahead and add a banner. Create banner. And here's what we're going to do, actually. We had 2 football games yesterday. So we had Seattle. And actually, let's see. Here we go. Seattle had 23, 49ers, 41, final. Los Angeles Chargers, 30, Jacks, 31, Miami, 31, Buffalo, 34, and then Minnesota 7, New York Giants 0. And then here we go. First playoff action. See, edit, scroll across the bottom. Doesn't like to be a special teamer. That's a pretty good view. Right well back team. All right, so they're going to kick the ball off. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this ticker under control really quick. And now here comes Daniel Jones onto the field. And, man, that sucks. The ticker I just made just disappeared. Piece of shit. Ticker 31, Buffalo 34. All right. So first down for Daniel Jones, shotgun formation. He's going to hand this one off, and it's going to be a gain of 12-13 on Barkley, but there's a flag on the play. There we go. There we go. Here we go. Some production value. Am I right? All right. All right. Hitting up the comments. I'll go 27-24, 2 field goals for Minnesota instead of the other TD. Speaking of kicker, Dicker the kicker let the Chargers down last night. That is true. I would say in the second half, everybody let the Chargers down last night. That was not a good second half for anybody in that game. And Daniel Jones loads up and finds the receiver going into Minnesota territory. So the Giants responding on a really nice drive. And that was Slayton all the way down to the 40-yard line. Nice. Giants are going to give them their best shot. Let's see, Miami. Where the... All right, Daniel Jones looking. He's going to keep it and hold it himself. And wow! Looked like he was going to slide down, and then he sticks out an arm and keeps running and picks up the first down. Daniel Jones, not messing around. Saquon Barkley, touchdown. No penalties on the field. Sorry. No penalties on the field. And the Giants respond with a touchdown. Who was responsible for that? Patrick Peterson looking up at the scoreboard. Daniel Jones was under center. It's just a simple pitch to the outside. The offensive linemen do a great job of getting to the second level for blocking. 76 made the clutch block that allowed that touchdown, and he made that block 10 yards past the line of scrimmage. Good job on the big fellas getting downfield. That was a team run right there. That was awesome to see. So that is going to knot the game up at 7 apiece, and I think we're going to have a close game. I really do. Seahawks. See. 23. 49ers. 41. So 1, 2, 3. And then we're in the middle of this game, which is you see.
Gillette presents the Gillette Labs exfoliating bar. The bar and the handle removes unseen dirt and debris that gets in the way of the blades for effortless shaving in one efficient stroke. All with a lifetime warranty. And if you want to keep the beard, use King C Gillette, a lineup of products designed to cleanse, soften, trim, and style.
Scroll that across the bottom. Save. All right. There we go. Trying to give you guys some actual production here. Back to the comment section. All right, let's go. Damn, every time I open this door, the wind picks up and it gets too cold. All right. So 5 minutes and 11 seconds left, and both touchdowns have scored one touchdown. Minnesota, not a good team defensively. That is definitely their biggest weak spot on the team offensively. They have a lot of weapons. They get into a lot of shootouts and stuff like that. But this defense, the only thing good about it, Patrick Peterson's been really good. And I think the linebacker that came from Green Bay, he's an amazing linebacker too. Let's see. Minnesota Vikings, let's put some actual stats out here. So opponents, they have, so it doesn't show overalls. Here we go. Pass offense, pass rush. Their rush offense is 25th, so that's an inconsistent rushing attack. Even though Dalvin Cook is a really good running back, they've been a little inconsistent running the ball. They are 11th in scoring offense. That's not bad. Pass defense, though, 32nd, 276 yards per game, which is last in the league. The Vikings pass defense has been interesting to say the least. They've allowed the most yards per game to their opponent and consistently let players catch the ball shallow, and they usually get yards after the catch to amplify that. Where the Vikings have been successful is with their pass rush. Zadarius Smith, that's the person that I was thinking of, leads the league in pressures. So the Vikings, they allow a lot of that underneath stuff, and that's kind of Daniel Jones's thing, is just he's not, like a Josh Allen way downfield guy. He's going to be looking for those short completions, and here he is right there, fired up, slapping the hands of the big guys up front. Daniel Jones is having a great time. Kirk Cousins back onto the field, 25-yard line. Shotgun formation, and he's going to throw this one out to Justin Jefferson, and that's going to be a gain of 7 on first down. Got all of my vegetables. Drink your vegetables. I don't like eating vegetables, so I drink them. Quick throw to Mathis. Gain of, he got tackled and he actually got propelled forward. Let's see where they mark that. Shoo! Got some pineapple upside down Coke buds. Let's crossfade it in the full effect right now. Love it. Oh. Wish I could join you. Might throw some dip in soon, though. All right, Jefferson in motion. It's going to be a designed run, but then he throws it back to Kirk Cousins, and Cousins did not get the 1 yard he needed. The Giants played that really, really well. And now they're going to have to punt it. Cousins 9 for 9 in this game.
He stays home. The alert on this is anytime they get this jet sweep in a lateral, everyone's antennas go up because it has to be a backwards pass in order for
Kirk Cousins catching the ball and turning into a ball carrier looked really funny. So now it's 4th and 3. The rookie's going to punt it, Brian Wright, and it's a good, booming punt all the way back to the 10-yard line. And the returner makes one-man miss and gets it all the way to the 18-yard line with 3:06 left in the game. You know what I'm going to do? We're going to do some real mother effing production here. We talked about production value. Watch this. Watch this. About to have your mind blown. You don't even know what I'm about to do. 3:06. Now, whoever has the ball, I spelled Giants wrong. How is that for production value? All right, whoever has the ball is going to have a star. No, just a period. I need the period to be bigger than that.
Switch from TurboTax to H&R Block Online, and tax season will feel just as good as all those other seasons, like award season.
What about an ad symbol? No. I guess you just have to go with a star.
Upload last year's TurboTax return.
All right. So the star means that's who has the ball. Pretty dope, right?
I study botany.
And then Ginger said, just run it with Jefferson there. Why have Kirk trying to run to make plays? Yeah. That is, talk about overthinking it. That seemed like an overthinking.
You're still a genius, but there is a smarter way to save. Switch to Verizon. For a limited time, get Welcome Unlimited for just $25 a line.
$25?
And it's guaranteed for 3 years.
Guaranteed for 3 years.
You would know.
I'm switching.
I think
Dang.
faster.
I gotta show my brother the,
$5 a line, guaranteed for 3.
My nipples are so hard right now. Got too stoned, fell asleep. All right, here we go. Back to the game. Thanks, Ginger. Said nice with the production. That's a good touch. Like every week, we get a little bit better at something. Every week, just a little bit better. All right, 3 minutes and 6 seconds. Daniel Jones taking the field at the 18-yard line. Under center, crowd is loud and in it. Man in motion, Daniel Jones is going to just throw it here. And there's a wide open target, and he is all the way down to the 30. Is that the 30 or 35? What a huge, huge play. 10, 20, 30. This is a, what is this? See, let's do the math here. 10, 20. That just flipped the field. Totally flipped the field. So now it's the Giants in Minnesota territory. 2 minutes and 27 seconds. Daniel Jones throwing, completing at the 28-yard line, 220. Ginger said, I've abandoned all other platforms to watch you guys. You're definitely doing something right. Thank you so much. Dude, that means it's like the ultimate compliment. And I'm not just saying that. That means a lot. I appreciate it. I'm glad that this is working, you know, and that's kind of like, without comments like that, there's no way to really know if it's working. But hearing stuff like that tells me it's working. So thank you for saying that. Hand off to Saquon Barkley. Oh my goodness, Saquon Barkley. He spins twice all the way to the 13-yard line. What a run by Barkley as we go under 1:30 left in the first quarter. Oh my gosh, Bill must be going crazy right now. Bill must be going absolutely bananas. Could the Giants be like one of those wild card teams that won the Super Bowl with Eli Manning? We'll see. Looks like a false start on 78. It looked like that was a false start. Wait a minute. 78 looked like he jumped early. 1 second, guys. That looked... What? No, sit down. Lay down. I just thought of that Kevin Hart joke where he's like, so my stomach told my ass, it's time to take a shit. You got 5 seconds and the clock starts now. All right. So as I said, right when that play happened, I said that there was offsides, and then the announcers on the replay finally brought it up, and they were like, oh yeah, it was clearly offsides. So here's what we're gonna do. I've made a decision on what we're gonna do on this show on Only Football. Okay. We are going to start. No, people collect wine corks. We're gonna start a board of missed calls, and every time we see a missed call, that when we're streaming, we're gonna go to the board and we're gonna write it down. False start, not called. So I think I'm going to make it a nice thing. It's going to be like a nice board. It's going to be a hilarious addition to the podcast room. And Ginger said, Robert and Steven are all in too. At first, it was just me growing slowly, but surely I've noticed your shorts have been getting a lot of views too. It's awesome. Yeah, man, it has been. And we appreciate you guys, because if it weren't for you guys being initially watching these videos consistently, the algorithm would have never gave us a chance. So it's like everything kind of goes back to you guys, especially the initial people that enjoyed watching and gave us a shot. You're the reason the algorithm is giving us those views. So once again, can't thank you guys enough. And hopefully the content we put out continues to get better, more production value. So let me go ahead and update this ticker, because the Giants are winning. And they are kicking off the ball to the Vikings, so now they get the star. And there's 1:03 left in the game. In the first quarter, excuse me. There you go. All right. So look how, wow. It's kind of crazy because the Vikings had players on defense after that false start that just stopped. They just stopped their play. Oh my God, listen to the ref guy, the guy that comes in. I think it was too close to call. It's really hard to see. Guys, we're watching the same game. You can't fool us. Stop hiring these dipshits to come in and be an echo chamber for the refs. Dude, these guys are paid to save the refs' ass. All they do is come in and say, I don't know, it's really close to call. No, it wasn't, dude. I'm watching the phone on an iPhone. I don't have a huge TV. I'm not at the game. I don't see it on a huge projection. I'm watching it on a cell phone, for damn sake, and I can see the false start clearly, but you want me to believe that my eyes are lying? I'm so sick of these refs, dude. They are so bad. Dalvin Cook right up the middle, going to take it to the 41-yard line. These refs are just really getting to me, man. Ginger said 161 subs now. I remember just a week and a half ago, we were pumped about 100. Yeah, that it just happened quick. It happened quick. It just, people started subbing and coming along for the journey and the ride. Hopefully they're subbing, and hopefully they're hitting the bell so they get notified when we're going live, because we've been going live for all these games, as you know. So hopefully some of these new subs that are joining us right now are enjoying themselves. So that was a missed call, but whatever. We're gonna move past it. So the Giants are able to get that touchdown, and the Vikings are trying to respond. They had a pretty good run with Dalvin Cook, and that is how the first quarter is going to end. So I'm going to update the ticker. There's going to be 15 minutes in the second quarter. Second quarter, 15 minutes. And once again, if you're just joining us now, this star asterisk, that means that is the team with the ball. So right now you can see the Vikings have a star asterisk next to them. That is because they have the ball. Second quarter beginning now with 15 minutes left. This is Star 6 Media coming at you live with the playoff stream and Super Wild Card Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. It's just been a lot of football, and we're enjoying every single second of it. Miami almost beating the Bills. What happened there? Trevor Lawrence down 27 comes back and wins. How? The Seahawks going into the half with the 49ers with a 1-point lead. I mean, these games have not disappointed. And as much as we talked about, this is going to be a blowout, this is going to be a blowout, this game's going to be a blowout, there really hasn't been any blowouts. I would say the 49ers game actually did get kind of ugly towards the end, but besides that one, the other two games are pretty solid so far. So, and right now we're watching a game that was not on my list for potential blowouts. So let's see how Minnesota is able to respond here. Let me hit some of these comments. Natalie said, hopefully more Jets fans too. We can only hope. Honestly, we can only hope. And the laughing emoji, we all know how Natalie loves her Jets. Jets, 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 Jets. And then Ginger said, seriously, there is a local channel, Walk Off Sports or something, I sub to. They have over 1,000 subs, and I couldn't hold you or Rick's jock. No joke. It'll come. Thanks, brother. I really appreciate it. And then Natalie said, but seriously, are killing it. Congrats. Thank you, guys. I said it to Ginger, and I'll say it to everybody. It is the people that are supporting this channel right now that have put us in this position on the algorithm. It's your views and your clicks. Honestly, you guys are making it possible. We're just delivering the content, but we appreciate you guys. And it is officially begun in the second quarter on a 2nd and 3. Second quarter, 14 minutes and 35 seconds. Kirk Cousins going to snap it, fake the handoff to Dalvin Cook, step up and throw it, and then it's going to be dropped by 84. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 3. And Minnesota trying to respond to the Giants, with the Giants putting their foot on the gas pedal. Jinja, BREAST, breast. Haha, I'm kidding. I'm faded about now. That's awesome. It's football time. It's the weekend. Do what you do. Everybody's got their thing. I don't care if you want to take a bomb bath, whatever you got to do, man. Get yourself comfy. Kirk Cousins, shotgun formation, 3rd and 3. Will they convert? He's looking. He's trying to run away from the pressure. He ends up just throwing this one out of bounds to avoid a sack. And now that will be officially, that would be the 2nd incompletion because the last one was incomplete. They just haven't updated it on the game, but he's 9 for 11 right now. and the punter's going to run out onto the field, try to flip the field. They're going to punt this ball from the 40-yard line, their own 40. So a good solid punt could take them inside the 15. We'll see about that. Jin just said a bath bomb bath. That's awesome. It's like the Patrick Mahomes commercial. I don't know if you've seen that one where he's like, yeah, I'm a bath bomb guy. And he's like got an ice bath because, athletes take ice baths, but he's got like his pockets full of bath bombs. And the State Farm guy's like, you don't have to get that personal with me. And then as he's saying that, he just keeps dropping bomb after bomb after bomb. It's hilarious. Super, super funny commercial. There we go. Had to respond to that text really quick. And Jen just said, I feel like it would hurt the pee hole the same way getting soap in there would hurt. I think it depends how on how the bath bombs are made, because I think if you get kinds that are made without harsh like chemicals and stuff like that. Okay. I'm acting like I don't know. I'll just tell you, I've taken a bath bomb bath, and I didn't have that experience. I don't know why I'm avoiding just saying it, but I could see that maybe happening if I had a bad brand or something. My girlfriend put in a DiGiorno cinnamon roll pizza. I know if you probably never heard of it, it's okay. You're not the only one. I didn't know about it either. But this is what it looks like. And she had to go to work, so I just wanted to send her a text, say thank you. Thank you for the pizza. Sometimes showing support to somebody is as simple as preheating an oven, throwing in a pizza, and not telling you about it until the pizza's ready, because she knows it's gonna be longer. Honestly, I have so much fun doing these streams. It's incredible because like I could see how it looks like I'm working, long. Those are long hours. This I wouldn't want to be doing anything else. That's the God's honest truth. So I really hope this works because this would be a dream. So Daniel Jones, me and Rick talked about it last week. We talked about Daniel Jones. Rick's not sold on Daniel Jones. He said, no, he's not it. We know what he is. He's not good enough. And Daniel Jones obviously trying to, solely just prove Rick wrong. He's trying to show Rick that he does belong, not just in the NFL, but he deserves a long-term contract with the Giants. And we'll see if he can score another touchdown on a third possession straight. Saquon Barkley is having a great game. This is a pass to him, and he's going to gain 6. Ginger said, if you were from Florida, you would use it as some bath salts to go eat people instead of in the bath. I actually, I moved to Florida when I was 8, and I lived there till I was 23. So, I am pretty much from Florida. And we have seen that bath salt experience you're talking about. We've had that happen, but that's for another podcast. All right. And then Daniel Jones going to throw this. Ooh, intended for Saquon Barkley. And then Jinja agreeing. He said it's the little things that matter the most. And that is spot on. Totally true. Gosh. These lights, they get to my eyes. I think I'm light sensitive or photosensitive or something. But I don't want new people to come on here and see me with sunglasses and be like, oh my gosh, what a loser. First impressions matter. As much as I know I'm not a loser and I'm not insecure, first impressions matter. Daniel Jones is going to throw this one. First down, number 18, all the way to the 21-yard line. So 3rd and 7, they pick up 9. Great throw. Good read. Yep, great awareness of where he is on the field. That's a good, hard-earned first down for the Giants. And now the Giants and the Vikings find themselves with 8 first downs apiece. The Vikings have 99 total yards. The Giants have 178 already. So the Minnesota Vikings, something Rick was concerned about, their defense, they are actually showing why people like Rick are concerned about them. They just not very good. Kind of running out of ways to say that the Vikings defense is utterly atrocious, but you get the idea. Almost 200 yards, all-purpose yards in the first quarter and a half. It's crazy. Not even the first quarter and 3 minutes. All right. 69 rushing yards for the Giants. Shout out 69. Free play! Free play! Why would you run it on a free play? It's all right. He runs it all the way to the 42, but free play, brother. No one's going to complain when you gain 20 yards. I don't think he knew that was a free play. It's even more impressive. Or less impressive, however you look at it. Yeah. So they called that one. That was literally the same timing as the false start on the Giants. You going to bring in the rule analyst guy for that one? You jackass. 12 minutes left in this game, or in this first half. Daniel Jones in shotgun formation. This is going to be a fake handoff to Barkley and a keeper for Daniel Jones. And now lately we've been seeing a little more plays being specifically designed for Daniel Jones to keep them. And trying to use his legs. And Dabble coming from Buffalo, you saw what he did with Josh Allen. He had no, a lot of people were like, you got to be careful running Josh Allen. He was like, no, we're going to run Josh Allen. That's a weapon. And Daniel Jones is a lot more athletic than people realize, as much as people say it. Until you're on the field and you're trying to sack him, sometimes it doesn't really ring home true until that happens. And definitely he's getting more comfortable running the ball. And here he's going to run right here. And he fakes the throw and gets dragged down by the head 1 yard short of the first down. So it's going to be 3rd and 1, 10:57, 10:56. Let me go ahead and hit up this banner really quick. The Vikings do not have the ball. The Giants have the ball. And there is 10 minutes and 40, say 10 minutes and 35 seconds. All right. Daniel Jones going to get the first down. Wow. Daniel Jones, 7 for 6, 112 yards and 1 touchdown. Daniel Jones continuing to use his legs. Exactly. Number 94 is the contained player, and Daniel Jones, he allows him to get outside of him using his speed. 94, his job is to set the edge right there, and he just, I guess, fails his gap assignment right there, because that was a very, very easy decision for Daniel Jones to make. He's going to hand this one off to Saquon Barkley. Barkley's going to run this one for a gain of 4 yards. So Barkley, 72 yards, 73 yards on the day. Unbelievable how Dabble has just turned around this team from being a bottom feeder to being on the road in a playoff game with a lead, with an identity, with a style and a toughness and a way about them. Definitely am not convinced that this Giants team is a fluke. And now here's a swing pass to Saquon Barkley, and he lowers his helmet and picks up the dirty yards for a first down. 8 minutes and 55 seconds left in the second quarter. So this has been a very long drive. This is just a good read. Everybody else is covered. Saquon Barkley's all by himself. Easy first down. Easy peasy first down. Let me put my furry slippers on. All right, Daniel Jones trying to find something, but he's going to get wrapped up in the backfield. And that is going to go down as a 2-yard loss on a sack. Second and 12 from the 37-yard line. Daniel Jones, shotgun formation, rolls out to his right, head downfield, looking. Now he's going to run it and lowers his helmet and picks up 10. And Daniel Jones, not afraid to run the ball and stay in bounds and not go out of bounds. Daniel Jones is playing pretty physical. Just seems like a kind of skinny, lengthy guy, and then there he is lowering his shoulder and taking on linebackers. That's a guy playing with a lot of heart. Oh, no, not the glasses again. And Jones going to keep it on a designed quarterback keeper, and he stays on his feet and gets it all the way inside of the 20 to the 14-yard line. How many yards does Daniel Jones have already? Look at this block by Higgins, number 18. This is a great block right here by 82. Daniel Jones has 74 yards already rushing in this game. These are okay. That time nothing good happens. Look like they got too excited. Za'Darius Smith. All right, so here we go. Second and 12. 5 minutes and 40 seconds in the second quarter. Second and 12. Shotgun formation. Daniel Jones snaps it. And he throws an out route to 18, who stays in bounds to pick up an extra yard. He's still going to be, 4 or 5 yards short. So it's going to be a 3rd and 5. 3rd and 5, and he goes out at they probably mark it at the 10-yard line, unless he went out at the 11 before that. They're going to mark it at the 10-yard line. 3rd and 5. It's going to be a tough one. 3rd and 5 from the 10. That's a difficult down. Let's see what they do. Caught! It's a first down. It's a gain of 6 on Patrick Peterson. Look at this. This is just a really good throw and route. Just two players on the same page right there. So now, Kevin O'Connell shaking his head. 1st and goal. Touchdown or bust now. 9 seconds on the play clock. And the handoff goes to Jones. Keeps it. let's see if the flag is a legal motion. It looked like something funky was going on behind the line of scrimmage. There is a flag. I don't know if that was necessarily legal. Illegal shift. Yeah, you can't have 2 men in motion before the snap. Well, the refs got that one right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He just goes a little too early. He was supposed to run that way, but he was supposed to take off after the snap. And he took off and started running before the snap, and he accidentally had 2 people in motion. So the whole idea was to pull the tight end all the way around to be a lead blocker for Daniel Jones, but just got off too early. Now, Barkley with the fake. Wow. So Barkley comes in motion, runs behind, and then goes out for a fake swing pass. He fakes it, and then he hands it to his other running back. And then JST in the chat. Oh, we got a couple in the chat. I said I thought he needed 70 rushing yards to win. He's past that, but we will see. Yes, we will. Absolutely. And JST, thank you for joining us. Welcome. He said, surprised at the Miami game. Absolutely. Very, very, very surprised and shocked. Daniel Jones is going to hold this one, and he threw this one intended for Haggins, and it did look like it went through his hands. We'll take a look at the replay. Didn't look like a bad throw to me. Shelley on the coverage. Let's see, number 18. Okay. Ooh, just outside of his fingertips. I mean, talk about a game of inches. Just inches outside of his reach. Now, the Vikings are like, they were the worst in the league at one point on short passing downs. So, oh, 83 runs a slant from the slot and can't hang on to it. Let's see, Dobble. Does he have Dobble the size of a regular man's balls? Does he go for it on 4th and 5? No, he doesn't. Not right now. Dabble and Daniel Jones exchanging some words on the sideline in a friendly, good way. You can tell Dabble, and isn't it funny? You can just tell when a coach and a quarterback are just like on the same page. There's no animosity. The energy is good, and that's how you feel with Dabble and Daniel Jones. But how could you not? I mean, as a coach, you're standing on the sideline, you look out on the field, and you're like, damn, my quarterback's like leaving it all out on the field. He's taking a beating. He's giving our team the best chance to win. You got to respect that. You really do. And then JC said, imagine if they had Tua. And that's exactly what I said at the end of that game. I said, can you imagine if Tua was playing in that Miami game? Things would have been a lot different. Yeah, Buffalo just didn't play a good game. It's pretty simple as that. No.
The GMC Sierra with hands-free driving offers the most advanced and luxurious pickup in its class.
JST said if Tua was in Miami, would have won hands down.
If I knew about Upwork, I would have hired actually talented people from all over the world instead of talentless people from all over my house.
I agree. But you got to also keep in mind that there was not a lot of film on Skylar Thompson. And sometimes that actually benefits teams. So they don't know how to game plan against him.
This February, Michelob Ultra is taking over the big game.
So they're there's two ways to flip that coin, you know?
Oral treatment for COVID-19. Could it be
Struggling with the hoodie
a high risk factor?
a little bit.
Over 50.
He said now
Diabetes,
have the Bills got enough to beat
smoking.
Cincy.
When you test positive, ask your
Not if they play like how they played today. I don't think that the Bills could beat the Bengals like how they played today, but maybe it was good for them to get that kind of performance out of the way. I don't think when it's playoff time, I don't think it's ever good to play a game like that. Like that is not a good indicator. You want to be playing your best football. You want to be your hottest, version. You want to be firing on all cylinders, and that is not. I mean, Buffalo in the beginning went up 17-0. That looked like Buffalo. But they definitely lost their ways during the game. A lot of mistakes, a lot of turnovers. Just not great football. But Buffalo is definitely capable of much, much better quality football, and we know that. So we'll see if they can get back to what we're accustomed to seeing next week. This team is just, you can tell they're playing for each other, the Giants. Saquon Barkley goes over to the offensive lineman. You can tell that they're really dialed in. Dalvin Cook's going to get the handoff here, and he's only going to gain 1 yard. Good stop there by the Giants defense. And then Jinja in the chat said, I agree, there are two sides, but with how poorly Thompson played, it was definitely a W for Buffalo. Film or no film on the guy? Yes, definitely. I mean, yeah, Thompson, it's a tough test, to throw somebody into the fire like that against Buffalo's defense, but I definitely think that as bad as he played, I still think that, he did okay. I mean, 31, 34, could have been worse. It could have been a complete blowout, and I think he did good. He clearly lost and had bad throws and was outmatched, but as they would say, I think he held his own. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say. He had to start an NFL game, not just an NFL game, but he had to start an NFL playoff game on the road against one of the best teams in the NFL. And because of those reasons, I think he held his own. And sometimes as a man, that's really what you want to do. You're like, even if I lose, I want to make sure I hold my own. I want it to be close. I want to instill some fear and some worry. I want them to worry about when I take the field. And I think you did have moments today where the fans were nervous when they were only up 3. TJ Hawkinson gets open for a huge monster play right there. That's going to take them all the way to Giants territory. Let me go ahead and update the ticker too. Banner. Okay, Giants don't have the ball. 17-7. Minnesota going fast now. This is going to be a handoff to Dalvin Cook, and that's going to be stopped in the backfield. There is 2-minute warning. There we go.
Now that you've moved back
There we go.
home,
Sweet.
your mom has made it her job to find you a job. Any job.
All right. You guys know I like to do this once in a while. We'll go to Twitter, and then we will search New York Giants.
When your resume is on Indeed, you get matched with relevant jobs that fit your requirements.
New York Giants versus Minnesota. Let's see what the latest stuff is out there right now. What does the internet have to offer? Kager can't catch a cold right now. Number 83, tighten up. Hawkinson was meant to be a Viking. Soon as Detroit made that trade, Both teams turned up. Interdivision trades don't happen often like that. Right after that catch happened with TJ Hawkinson, that big play we just saw. New York Giants versus Minnesota. It's called blocking. Have some pride. New York Giants, Minnesota. Another game where the team ahead can't get the third touchdown. It's been the bell toll of something crazy coming. Why do you decline a 10-yard penalty? The main Fox guys calling games is the worst broadcast team they've had since David Hill started at Fox Sports. Oh my gosh. Shots fired. Say it with me. Go Giants. 2-minute warning. Time for Justin Jefferson to hit the gritty on these bums. Damn. You know, that's why I like going on here, because the people that are having these conversations naturally are extremely emotional because they're either Giants or Minnesota fans. And it just reminds me, even when my team's not playing, it reminds me that to somebody, this is the Broncos game, you know, to somebody out there. And that I just like to always remember that, so that I'm always delivering the best product I can and I don't let a moment pass me by. To someone out there, and we actually know one of them. His name's Bill, and he went to the bar to go watch the game. To somebody out there, this game is just like if the Broncos were in the playoffs, or the Bears were in the playoffs, or for Jinja, if the Colts were in the playoffs. So we got to deliver this. So if you are a Minnesota fan, welcome to the Star 6 Media broadcast of the playoffs. Thank you for joining us. And obviously Minnesota really wants to get some points on the board before they go into half. If they could get even a field goal to just make it a one-possession game, that would be ideal, but we'll see. It's 2nd and 12. Shotgun formation. Kirk snaps it, scanning, looking, finds Hawkinson again wide open to the 21-yard line, so nearly entering the red zone as he flexes and screams. Testosterone is crazy on the field right now. There's just a very violent sport. Look at this. Just catches the ball, takes a huge hit, and gets up and flexes and screams like a complete maniac. You got to love it. All right. 21-yard line, Kirk Cousins, shotgun formation, Hawkinson in motion, looking like he's going to block, and he is going to block for Dalvin Cook, who's going to pick up 5 yards. Now, here's the question. If you're the Giants, do you call your timeout here? With 1 minute and 15 seconds, you call your timeout. 2nd and 4, timeout. 3rd and 4, timeout. Get the ball back with a minute. If you're the Giants, I mean, that's pretty aggressive. I could see Dabble getting aggressive here if this is incomplete. And the ball is not going to be incomplete. It goes to Justin Jefferson, who, let's see where they say the forward progress is. It looks like they're going to spot it short. It definitely looked like he caught it after, in front of the line of scrimmage. Thank you. In front of the first down marker. But maybe they're saying that he took himself behind the line, so they're not going to call forward progress since he chose to. No. Okay, so they change it. 1st and goal. 50 seconds left, and Minnesota burns a timeout, so they're going to burn one. While they burn one, I'm going to edit this from 2 minutes to 50 seconds. There we go. So we got 50 seconds, and then I also think I got one more incorporation. I'll do it at halftime. All right, Kirk Cousins, shotgun formation. Scanning, looking, throwing, wide open, Justin Jefferson. Wait, no. That's Osborne. KJ Osborne, touchdown. So the Vikings are only down 4-3 with an extra point. Wow. Osborne just finds himself absolutely wide open in the middle of the field. And now an extra point right here will mean we have to update the ticker to 14. Joseph. I feel like he's going to miss this. Snap, hold, kick. Hey, I'm not bad luck. Right down the middle. So it's 14 to 17, a 3-point lead for the Giants. They still have 45 seconds left and 3 timeouts. So how aggressive will Dabble be? Well, we already know that he's got Dabble the size of a regular man's balls. When he went for 2 for the win week 1, he has shown guts, time and time again throughout the season. And I do have a feeling that Dabble is going to at least try one play to kind of get a feel. And if that first play gets between 10 and 15 yards, they'll stay aggressive. But if it doesn't work out, they'll just run the ball because Minnesota, I believe, doesn't have any timeouts. So I think a lot of what happens in this series depends on what happens on first down. So usually a coach will have a couple plays that absolutely have to work. Think about like a 4th and 13, like just really specific plays that'll work, and you may draw one of those up. And if that goes through, call a timeout and try to get a field goal in. So I'm going to think here. Giants. I'm trying to think of a way I can see if I can. Yeah. I wish I had more options on my side to add some good editing, like adding timeouts and stuff like that. But as you can see, the ticker has been updated, and the team that has the asterisk is going to be the team that offensively has the ball. So right now it's about to beat the Giants, so we'll put an asterisk on the Giants. 45 seconds left and 3 timeouts for the G-Men, who are holding a 3-point lead, and we will see what their plan is to stay aggressive or to be conservative and just run the rest of this half out. "45 seconds. 2 timeouts for the Vikings. 3 timeouts for the Giants. "45 seconds and 5 total timeouts." So it's like if your girlfriend says she'll be ready in 45 seconds, what she means is she'll be ready in 45 seconds, but she has 3 timeouts. So we know this could drag on for about 3 minutes. This is going to be returned. He passes the 10. He passes the 20, and he goes out of bounds at the 20.5 yard. There's a flag on the play. They're showing the replay right now, so let's just try to listen. Bad production team decision. Let's see if they picked up the flag. Holding during the return. So this changes everything. So not only does he decide to return it, which loses him 5 yards because the touchback would have been the 25 and he went out to 20. But now a holding is going to bring it back to where the penalty happened. They may go back to the 10. Now their field position is even more unlikely that they could get in field goal range. So we'll see if that changes the play calling here. 40 seconds, that's another thing. They lost 5 seconds deciding to return that kick. Just bad decision. Bad decision. Trying to make a play, but not a great decision. Daniel Jones, shotgun formation. They are not going to run the ball. They're going to start with a throw to 86, and he got pretty banged up on that. Wow. Thibodeau was completely bear hugged, and it didn't get called. We're going to put it on the board, the penalty, the no-call board that we're going to create here. Oh, wow. The rule guy actually said they missed one. I guess he is human after all. Darius Slayton is being treated on the sideline. So I could read the mouth of the team doctor. He said what happened. So that could be a significant loss for the Giants. So here we go, 2nd and 10. We'll see if they do like a halfback draw here. No, they're going to pass it. Staying aggressive. They're going to throw this one, and it's immediately going to be tackled by Patrick Peterson. Let's see. Nobody's going to call timeout. 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20. And this is interesting. So nobody calls the timeout. They're just going to take a shot here and see what happens. And they actually get the first down, and he goes out of bounds. So that'll stop the clock with 2 seconds. And I guess now interesting call there. I mean, if they don't get the third down, then they can get in punt formation, and instead of punt it, just kind of kick it out of bounds and go into the half. So I understand the decision there. And now they're just going to take a knee on first down. So your halftime score is 17-14. And in a really good first half of football. Really, really good first half. Third, I'm just going to write halftime. And I believe Minnesota will begin with the ball. Giants receive the second half. Okay. So we'll keep the asterisk on the Giants as the team receiving the ball to come out. And the game right now, as it stands, the Giants are winning by 3. And they were, I believe, 3-point underdogs going into the matchup. So, yeah, minus 2.5. So Vikings favored to – whoa, it's changed because of the game right now. So right now, the Giants are minus 2.5, favored to win by less than 3, and the Vikings are favored to lose. So that has changed a little bit. Obviously, the Baltimore Ravens ruling out Lamar Jackson has made the Ravens an 8.5-point underdog. The Ravens third in the NFL with points allowed. So defensively, the unit's going to hold up probably pretty strong, but eventually the Bengals are going to get loose. It's either going to be Tyler Boyd or T. Higgins or Jamar Chase. They're getting their running back. They're going to be a hard team to beat, and they're going to be at home. The crowd's going to be pretty insane. I think the Bengals could win that game by more than 8.5 easily. And then tomorrow, that'll be our last game today. And then tomorrow, we have a very highly anticipated matchup with the Cowboys and Bucks that I'm super excited for. And then Jen just said, I agree. Oh, damn, I read that one already. He said a TD and 2 field goals from Minnesota and a TD from the Giants would end it at my 27-24. Yeah, and I think that's a really good prediction, Jinja. I think you're not crazy for that prediction by any means. I think that is something that could totally happen. Let's see what the over-under is. So this is what they're predicting. The total being 55 points, which 20 – what did you say? 27-24 would be 40, 27. That'd be 51. So the NFL predicting something extremely close to yours. So 55 would be 27. 25 would be 50. So 27. let's see, 27, 25. 27 to 30 is, let's see, 24 to 27 is your prediction. So 2, 4, 51. So Ginja's predicting 51 total points scored. The NFL predicting 55 total points scored, which is interesting because they're also predicting the game to be within 2.3. So see if you had, I'm trying to figure out what they're really predicting. 23 to 25? No, that'd be 48. See, 26 to 30, 6, 56. So 25 to 30. So they're predicting like 20. It's weird. What about 28 to 30? 58. I don't know how you can get to 55 total points and keep the game within 2.5. This is a mind-bending exercise. Or I'm an idiot. So I'm thinking, okay, obviously 55 divided by 2 would be 25, and 25 would be 50. So how do you get 5, 25, 26, 27.5 a person? So to keep it within 2, one would need 27.5, and then the other would need 29. But there is no 0.5. So let's say it was 27 to 29 as a final score. That would be 56 points. And that would be also, okay, so one of them's going to hit. The total will be an over, under, or the spread, but they won't both hit. So which one do you think is more likely? That the total of this game is over 55.5 points. So do you think that this could easily be like 27 to 30? That would be 57 points. Or do you think it'll be under 55 points? And do you think the game will be, the margin of victory will be less than 3? Play that. Halftime show almost, say, halfway done at this point. Dun, 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 dun. Texting my mom, letting her know that I love her. Text your mom if you can. I mean, I don't want to assume everybody has a good relationship with their mom, but if you do, it's always nice to just randomly hit them up. They'll be like, "What's up?" Nothing. I just wanted you to know I love you. Thank you for birthing me. I do that to my mom all the time. She's so annoyed. I'm kidding. She hates me so much. She's a great mom. What is that music in the background? Okay, they finally turned it off. They had some music in the background of the halftime show. Wasn't supposed to be playing. They were jamming out some Bob Marley. My heart is with my guys as they compete today. Damar Hamlin. Can you believe it? After such a catastrophic night that shook the entire community and the entire world, we got to watch Damar Hamlin tweet about the game from his own home. That is just amazing. Truly amazing.
There it is, 10 from my guessing. Giesecke, and it is 34-31. Heck of a football game. Nice job by Miami making it close.
Yeah, they made it close, but in the end, Buffalo wins, so that means we know the matchups in the AFC, sort of, because the number one seed Chiefs will take on 17.
So Jacksonville
Cincinnati, Baltimore game.
will play the Chiefs unless the Ravens win. Now, here's the crazy news, right? What if Lamar Jackson is capable of going tonight, but he doesn't want to because of all the injuries and the contracts and the money and all those reasons, right? So Lamar Jackson says, you know what? Screw this. I'm not playing because I'm worth a lot. I'm worth a lot of money. I'm not going to put my life on the line. I'm not 100%. Long list of things, right? But here's the kicker. Here's a question no one's talking about. What if the Ravens win because they have the third ranked defense in allowing points? They keep the score super low, and somehow Tyler Humphrey just kind of has some amazing type game. Not likely, but if the Ravens win going into next week. Now, what if going into next week, Lamar was like, okay, like, do you think he would say he's healthy now? Because he would be like, okay, it's gotten to a point now where the other quarterback is leading my team into playoff victories, right? And that is kind of maybe a bad look for Lamar. So then he's like, oh, actually, I'm okay to play in the divisional round. And then John Harbaugh is like, no, man, you're good. You're good. Rest up. Your next team's going to want you healthy. I mean, it could make things extremely confusing. Like, most people believe the Bengals will win, so that's why we are not having these hypothetical conversations. But imagine if the Ravens win, how confusing the quarterback situation is going to be to maneuver. If he wants to play, do you let him play? If he doesn't want to play, will he want to play eventually? What if he goes out in the divisional round of the playoffs and he looks worse than Humphrey? It almost is starting to feel like when college quarterbacks are about to enter the draft and they don't play in their bowl game to protect themselves. It literally feels like Lamar's doing that a little bit to me. It feels like he's so worried about his next place and his next journey that he forgot that he's being paid to play football right now. Right now, he is under a contract, whether he likes the contract or not. He's being paid money to play football, and he's worried about the next contract. And I've said this a lot on this show. I was like, look, I'm all for the players making as much money as possible. The players take all the risk. They do all the dirty work, and the owners are billionaires that sit up in their booth. I'm all for the players always getting paid, but I'm also for the players always honoring a contract. Like, if Kyler Murray signs a rookie contract and he's in his third year, and then he says, yeah, I'm going to scrub, the Cardinals on my Twitter and not show up unless I have a big deal. It's like, you're under a contract, brother. You're under a contract. To me, the only reason you would be concerned about getting a deal done is because you're scared that people are going to see that you're a fraud. You're scared that people are going to see that you're a fake and that you're not the real deal. Because what's the big deal in waiting one more year? What's the hurry? Joe Burrow took his team to the Super Bowl last year, and he's got 2 10-win seasons back-to-back, and he didn't really play his first year. All he is a winner. And Joe Burrow hasn't talked about contracts at all, right? He doesn't need to. That's the point. So, man.
You said at the beginning the Giants are going to have to throw the ball today to win. They've done that, and also Daniel Jones, when he's tried to throw, has dropped back and used his legs. Yeah, and conventional wisdom says, all right, you're playing against Minnesota, you want to limit the amount of
Just sending a quick text message. Bear with me.
The best way to maintain possession is to be
I'm struggling to spell the word miracle.
That's exactly what they've done. And then obviously the X factor that you just mentioned, when the passing hasn't been downfield, hasn't been open,
They have had no answer for containing Daniel Jones as a runner from the pocket.
Downstairs to Tom Rinaldi. Tom,
Who is going to win the rest of this game? I need a clear-cut answer in the chat. Who's going to win this game? Is it the Giants? Is it the Vikings? Does Dabble and company come in to Minnesota and prove to the world that this is not a fluke? He is not a one-and-done guy. We're going to have more attitude. We're going to be more physical. We're going to run the football hard. Daniel Jones is going to have over 100 yards rushing, maybe over 200 yards rushing by the end of this game. We're going to have players involved. Now, we already saw a wide receiver, number one wide receiver for the Giants go out. And to me, I have a feeling that, Jinja said a touchdown. He said, I just made a pepperoni Red Baron for dinner. Not too shabby. Bro, that is my go-to. I like the pepperoni with the sausage. And also, what you got to do is you got to get some mayonnaise, and you put it in a little cup, and you grab some Texas Pete. You shake a lot of it out until it's pretty red floating on top, like pretty soaked, and then you stir it. And then you dip your pizza in that mayonnaise Texas Pete. It's not really spicy, but it's got a little kick. It's amazing. You got to get you some of that. They actually make a mayonnaise, like a sriracha mayo now. So now I just drizzle on my pizza. It's fire. So here we go. The third quarter is officially underway. Dabble is fired up, getting his team ready to go. Daniel Jones is in the huddle. They are breaking the huddle. The crowd is going crazy. They are into it. Sometimes the crowd's kind of quiet when the second half starts because they're all in line to grab their beer still. Not this crowd. They are all the way there. It's the playoffs. I guess the rules are probably a little different. Everybody probably snuck a flask in for this one. I went to that Broncos-Seahawks game, and I was tempted to get in line for a beer. I went the whole game without drinking because the line was so long, and I didn't want to miss the Broncos game. I was like, no, I'm not paying all this money to come to a Broncos game and then stand in line for a beer for the whole third quarter. That's dumb. 2nd and 13, Daniel Jones throws it. It's completed to 18 for a 10-yard gain. Man, you know it's bad. You know the receiving core is not great when somebody that watches football as much as me and Rick have to use jersey numbers because we have no idea who these people are. So my mom is gone, so it's awesome that you text her when you can. Cherish her. Wow, thanks, Jinja. I'm sorry for your loss, and appreciate your kind words. Daniel Jones in a 3rd and 3, and shotgun formation, and he's going to throw this one to Saquon Barkley, who's got 10. He's got 20. He's got almost 30 yards. Was that 27? A huge play by Saquon Barkley. And also wanted to say, Jinja, I hope I didn't hit a nerve or anything like that. I hope I didn't mean to. Hopefully I didn't. So Saquon Barkley picks up a monster 3rd down right there on 3rd and 3, able to get the ball all the way into New York territory. 13 minutes and 12 seconds on the clock. 1st down, Daniel Jones shotgun formation, standing on the Minnesota Vikings logo in the middle of the field. He steps up, keeps his head down, throws it, a dart to 18. Who's crossing the 20? All the way to the 10-yard line. And the Giants have come out swinging, responding. What a great pass. Good job on is that Haggins? Haggins. That's a really great job on Haggins to just keep moving around in space to try to get some room, not giving up on the play, staying active. Daniel Jones under center. Let's see if he holds it here himself. Ooh, and he's going to flip it to 86, who cuts it upfield, and a lot of running around, only picks up 3, but it's positive play. It's a positive play. Ed Don Donato, the defensive coordinator for the Vikings, may be fired at the end of this season. Just saying. Under center is Daniel Jones on 2nd and 7. He's going to fake the handoff, and there's a wide open 82 touchdown Giants. The G-Men score again. 23-14. The Giants are underdogs, and they came in and they're ready to play. They are fired up. Giants officially an extra point away from a 10-point lead. Third quarter, and we got, let's see how much time is on the clock right now. 11:37. Third quarter, 11:37. The extra point is snap, hold, and kick is good. And the Vikings now have the ball. There we go. Giants 24, Vikings 14. Third quarter, 11:37 left. Vikings at home, trying not to lose their first playoff game in, I think, 3 years. Hi, Woody. Come here, buddy. Why do you do that? It makes it so hard to lift you. This is Woody. Say hi, Woody. Yeah, so I really think what they need to do is Daniel Jones has really got to start getting outside the pocket. That's a good point, Woody. I think that's a good point. Keep him outside the pocket and using his feet. We'll see you next time. Fantastic. All right. Man, you know who's going to be extremely happy about this one is Robert, who's out watching the Giants game right now. He's going to be a happy camper. Ginger said, "What's up, Woody?" 4858. 4758. All right, so let's. I like to write down the stats as the game goes on, just to follow the trend of the game. So, if you actually click on the score, Giants winning this, says JST. Who do Giants face if they get the dub? That still would depend on what happens in the Cowboys game, because if the Giants, or if the 4 seed is Tampa and they beat Dallas, then the lowest remaining seed would be the Giants because Seattle lost. So the Giants would go on to play Philly next week. But that would be probably the most likely outcome. With Giants would play Philly, and then the winner of Dallas and Tampa would play the 49ers. So a divisional game for the Giants, perhaps in the divisional round. But let's not count our chickens, all right? Because we've seen the Vikings come back from 33 points, and I know the Giants are not the Colts, but it's playoff time, and anything is possible here. He said, as a KC fan, I wouldn't mind seeing the 49ers win or the Bills. Yeah, I'm definitely on the 49er bandwagon. Brock Purdy story. Under center is Kirk Cousins going to hand this off to Dalvin Cook for a gain of 6. Bring up a second down. And JC said, I love NFL games no matter who's playing, actually. Anyone but the Bucks. I'm actually really excited for that game tomorrow. 11 minutes and 10 seconds right now on the clock. This is going to be a fake handoff. The blitz is coming. Kirk Cousins reads it perfectly and gets it to his tight end immediately. And he's going to be able to gain about 14, 15 yards. Was he pick up a 12? 57 all up in his face, and then does a great job right here of knowing where to get rid of the ball with only a couple seconds to do it. So now the Vikings approaching midfield. Cousins fakes the quick throw and hands it off to Dalvin Cook. What you looking for? I didn't bring it down here. He said, come on, Cowboys beat Bucks tomorrow and make sure Brady goes home and retire. I don't think Brady retires if he wins or loses. I don't think he's going to go out like that. I think he would just leave the Bucks. All right, Kirk Cousins, shotgun formation on 2nd and 7. Trying to respond, down 10 at home. The fans getting nervous. The ball tipped. Oh, my God. Did he hold on to it? Does he have possession? They're gonna say he did for now, and they're going to let him run. And there's a penalty. It's probably going to be on some type of holding on the return. Did the ball survive the ground? There was a tip, and then the safety, number 20, makes a diving play on the ball. But we need to see, you know how they slow it down in slow motion. Let's see, does he get his hands underneath the ball? Oh my gosh, they're going to say the ball hit the ground. Let's see. You can't just say because the ball touches the ground that it doesn't matter if it touches the ground if he has control over it. We saw one replay. Whatever, dude. So we're just going to pretend the ball can't touch the ground. I mean, it can touch the ground as long as... But that wasn't a clear and obvious angle. Let's see. What do you mean a clear? I mean, but we can't see his right arm. That could be holding the ball. They're just showing the front side of him. We need to see. It doesn't matter. 3rd and 7. Kirk Cousins. 5 receivers on the field, no running backs. Jefferson in motion, going into the slot receiver position, trying to run something quick. TJ Hawkinson is the open man on this. He gets the first down. JST said he had control. These NFL refs are deluded. I didn't know if it was or not, but I felt like we didn't even get the right camera angle to determine it. We saw the front camera angle, but I needed to see the back camera angle because I couldn't see his right hand. Because he might have had the ball secure, even though it was hitting the floor in the front. He might have had the ball secured. But not going to matter anyway. Kirk Cousins, first down. He's looking. He fakes the handoff, takes a shot downfield to a wide open Adam Thielen, who's going to take it all the way to around the 7-yard line. The Vikings are gifted second life after that interception. And what do? They turn it into being in the hot zone 2 plays later. Great catch there by Adam Thielen. Fakes it to Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook was open, but Adam Thielen was more. Couple places he could have gone with that. So the Vikings set up on the 11-yard line. So not in the hot zone yet, but this run will take them into the point of no return. Dalvin Cook down to the 3-yard line. We'll see where they call the forward progress, 3 of the 4. See if they do a pitch to Dalvin Cook here and pull the lineman. And I would do it away from Thibodeau. So Thibodeau lining up on the right side defensively. I would pull my right guard and have him go to the left. They're gonna pass it, and Kurt. Oh my God, he's wide open, and he's wide open in the back. There's a flag on the play. Somebody's that wide open. Sometimes there's a flag. Let's see if the flag explains why he was that open. See what the flag is. Offsides. Number 44. So we got ourselves a ball game. JSC said if he were to go off the Vikings, where would he go? Well, he's still on a rookie contract for 2 years, but I mean, he wouldn't. They wouldn't get rid of him because he's on a contract. In 2 years, if they don't want to pay him, he could go somewhere. But yeah, that's like one of those questions that he could go literally anywhere he wants because everybody in the NFL would want him. It's not like hey, if Marcus Mariota gets released, would anyone pick him up? Justin Jefferson's one of the greatest wide receivers in the NFL, so they wouldn't let him go. He's going to play his final 2 years on his rookie contract, and then if they did somehow release him, his agent would be communicating with 31 NFL teams. Everybody would be interested. KC, who are they paying? I feel like KC shouldn't be broke. Kansas City doesn't really. I mean, even their Patrick Mahomes deal is like super, super friendly deal. $50 million a year. And it's a 10-year contract, and the way it's stretched out is so the salary cap, it manipulates the salary cap so that he doesn't take up too much space on the cap. Let's see. 2023 salary cap. Patrick Mahomes is a $48 million cap hit. Base salary is only $5,500,000. $34,000 roster bonus. Wow. That's crazy. Insane. Chiefs to roll over roughly $2.8 million in salary cap space into 2023. We had to let go of Tyreek because we were paying him too much. I think KC needs a receiver. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is about to break the all-time passing yards record. So why would you think that the Chiefs need a wide receiver? They got rid of Tyreek Hill and nothing changed. The Chiefs continued to dominate the division, and Patrick Mahomes has more passing yards and more touchdowns than he had with Tyreek Hill. So I don't know how you got to the conclusion that the Chiefs need a receiver. They're number 1 in points per game with 28.9. Number 1 in points per game, most pass yards, most touchdown to interception ratio. And then Mahomes' salary is back end heavy. Yeah, exactly. Not a factor right now. No one talks about our wide receiver. That's because you guys. What do you mean? No one talks about your wide receiver. It's because Patrick Mahomes spreads the ball out to the entire team. You don't have one guy. You have 7 guys. Like, there's no reason to pay, $100 million to some big name wide receiver when there's no evidence that would even improve your offense. It's just a waste of money because you want some fancy name. Look, as long as you're in the AFC Championship game, it doesn't matter. Daniel Jones First pass is going to be completed to the 29-yard line, number 18. Saquon Barkley has entered the chat on 2nd and 5. Let's see if they give the ball to him. Let him get loose. Let him cook, as Ezekiel Elliott would say. Saquon Barkley, the lone back. Daniel Jones under center. They fake it to him here, and then, wow, a really impressive run. It looked like it was going nowhere, and he ends up picking up 4. So it brings up 3rd and 1. And that was Breida. Mike Breida. And now here we go, 3rd and 1. The Viking fans getting into it. I feel like you got to go to Saquon Barkley on this one. He goes, everybody talks about the Bills having Diggs, Vikings with Jefferson, Bengals with Chase, arguably Judy for the Broncos. Ooh, they try a jet sweep in. Ooh, the Giants just barely get it with the second effort. So they fought really hard for that one. Good job on 31. So you say everybody talks about the Bills having Diggs. What is your point, though? Because Patrick Mahomes has more passing yards than everybody that you just named. Do you just want there to be like publicity around the team? I'm trying to get to the root of what it is that you're actually saying. Do you want like the media and like some like famous person, or is this about performance in the team? Because if I were you, I would be more focused on addressing your defense, bringing in some all-stars on defense. The only young promising player, but that's the thing. You have Patrick Mahomes. You don't anybody that comes onto your team is going to be good because of Patrick Mahomes. You don't. That's the beauty of having a great quarterback. He's going to make all your receivers better than they are. 2nd and 7, Daniel Jones shotgun. This one is going to be thrown. There was a wide open receiver, number 80, and he just throws it behind him. 3rd and 7 coming up. Vikings are getting into it. They're still down 3. Giants trying to drive down and increase the score margin. The Vikings trying to get the ball back and take the lead for the home crowd. Got to be careful here if you're the Giants. The momentum is on the brink of snapping, and the fans are very much into it. A good first down play here would be huge. Daniel Jones, shotgun formation. Minnesota looks like they're bringing the house. Looks like Za'Darius Smith is blitzing. They are bringing the house. Daniel Jones tries to step up, and he gets sacked. Just not enough time for Daniel Jones. Only 2 notable players on defense is Jones and Bolton. So, yeah, we do need better defense, but I don't know what options we have. Well, there's always the free agency. And I think Patrick Peterson extended for the Vikings for a year. He was the 4th best cornerback in QBR in the NFL this year. Keeping up with the young Bucks. Oh my God, he fumbled the ball. The Vikings are able to get back on it, but he fumbles the punt return, and the Vikings get back on it. Oh my goodness. And the Vikings got lucky. He gets hit immediately, and he just loses the ball, and then it bounces, and a Viking happens to be in the area, number 29, able to jump right on that ball. 27 was there. He got lucky. Said, now you could say if we had a better defense, then we would be the favorites for Super Bowl. Yeah. If the Chiefs had a good defense, they would be the favorite for the Super Bowl. Why do you think I'm so high on the 49ers? Because as good as the Chiefs' offense is, they're not even accomplishing what Brock Purdy's accomplished. They haven't. And they had the best offense of the NFL. They averaged 29.2 points per game, the Chiefs. I mean, 29.2 points. That's almost 30 points a game. That's really good. But Brock Purdy, since he took over 7 games ago, 33.5 points per game. And then they have the best defense in the NFL. They're giving up only 14 points per game. So who's going to beat them? A team with a really good offense? They have a really good defense. And even the game we watched that we streamed against the Seahawks, you saw how easy and effortless it was for the 49ers to score 41 points. That was so, like, that didn't even look like they fought really hard for that. I mean, just like 41 points, like it was nothing. No one else has scored 41 points in the playoffs so far. And the 49ers were losing at halftime or tied. I forget. I think they were down 16-17. Nick Bosa, yeah. Nick Bosa is a monster. If you guys could just get like a freak defensive just beast in the draft, that would be huge. But the problem is the Chiefs never are going to be able to draft anybody super high because they make it pretty deep into the playoffs, so they're always going to be drafting at 28, 29, 30. So you're not going to get like a Thibodeau, who the Giants were able to get, I think, with the 3rd overall pick or 2nd overall pick. And you see how good he is. Kirk Cousins fires downfield for a first down, and that's a 12-yard completion to Adam Thielen. 4 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, 21-24. Let me go ahead and update that ticker. Banner, ticker, hide, edit. 21-24, Vikings ball. And it is 3 minutes and 42 seconds left in the 3rd. Good rhythm right now for the Vikings. This one's Dalvin Cook, who gets 5 yards. Yeah, the Giants have done a good job containing Justin Jefferson. And I think that's what's opened up TJ Hawkinson and oh no. Kayvon Thibodeau is down. I was just talking about him. Oh my gosh. But going back to your offense, isn't Juju and Hardman wanting to leave? I haven't heard anything about that. Yeah, the 49ers, they have a lot of weapons. They're the most talented team in the NFL. Their roster is unparalleled to other rosters. I think Philly would be the closest second. Philly has a really good roster too. But I haven't heard anything about Hardman and Juju Smith wanting to leave. But it doesn't matter. It's like if they do, then they'll get some other guys just like that, and they will be just fine because Patrick Mahomes is there. Like I know as a fan, it's fun to have like Diggs or somebody that's just like, you know, somebody that's, you know, like your favorite player. But I don't feel bad for Chiefs fans. You have Patrick Mahomes. Like, how spoiled are you? Not you specifically, but it's like if Chief fans like, why don't we get a nice wide receiver? It's like you have the best quarterback in the NFL, maybe in the history. Like, just be grateful. Be grateful. There must be a good college football wide receiver everyone is talking about. Yeah, Marvin Harrison Jr. His dad played with Peyton Manning, but he's not going to drop that low.
anyone.
Try Wendy's hot and crispy fries. Preferred almost 2 to 1 over McDonald's. Just remain
Hopefully Thibodeau's okay. We're still at a commercial break. We were just talking about how good Thibodeau is and how important he is for the New York Giants and their defense. And one play later, he gets injured. That is not good. But Giants are fighting, trying to cling on to the lead that they have right now. Yay. Thibodeau got up. Oh, okay. Somebody stepped on his hand. Okay. Just glad that he's going to be okay. Kirk Cousins under center, 2nd and 6. This is going to be a pass all the way. Quick strike to Justin Jefferson, and that is a great tackle immediately by Jackson. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 3. And JSC said, where's Marvin Harrison tip to go? I am not sure yet. Haven't got into the draft stuff. Once the NFL season kind of ends, that's when it's all about the draft and kind of get to work with that, with mock drafts and stuff like that. But I don't really pay too much attention to that during the playoffs. But somebody will be lucky to get him. Kirk Cousins, shotgun formation. And he's going to pass it here. And Dalvin Cook, missed the tackle. And Dalvin Cook takes it to the 50 for a first down. And the draft is April 23rd. Usually it's like April 23rd through 26th or 22nd through 24th. But it's in the 3rd week of April from Thursday to Saturday. (24-21), 1 minute and 52 seconds left at the snap. This is going to be a fake handoff. Kirk Cousins trying to take a deep shot downfield. Lets it rip all the way downfield. And, it was intended for Justin Jefferson. There was nothing down there, and it could have been picked. This was just a shot downfield. Look at this. Looks like they just have some kind of incidental contact. You can tell they're both playing the ball. I like that no call. Great no call on that one. Shotgun formation for Kirk Cousins. He's going to do a halfback draw that's going to be swallowed up. And now it's going to be 3rd down again. And JST, Ohio State's going to have a lot of players coming out of the draft, for sure. Four-man rush again. Kirk Cousins launching 3rd down. It is complete. And let's see what they decide to do here, because now it's going to be 4th and 5. It's short. Kirk Cousins stays on the field, glances over at Kevin O'Connell. They make a mutual decision. They nod their head. They're staying on the field. Kirk Cousins covering his earpiece so he can hear the play that is being called through the radio of Kevin O'Connell right now. And he's got his play. Kirk Cousins has relayed that play. The team is lining up. Let's see what this is. You think they really snap it here? Or is this a cheap first down attempt? 4th and 2. I think they're going to go for it. It's snapped. It's real. He looks. He finds a wide open receiver. Wide open was TJ Hawkinson running a wheel route. And he took a monster hit after receiving this ball and does a great job holding on to it. He runs in motion. Both of the cornerbacks run up to play the screen, and one of them lets TJ Hawkinson loose, and it was the safety who came and laid the hammer on him, but definitely was not supposed to be that open. Obviously, the cornerback didn't pick him up on that route. So that is going to be how The third quarter ends, the Giants maintaining a 3-point lead, but the Vikings threatening to score on this drive to take a lead going into the fourth quarter. What did you expect? It is another playoff football game. This is going to come down to the wire, and I think a lot of us predicted that. So we'll do 15 minutes, and the fourth quarter is beginning, so put your fours up. If you've seen Friday Night Nights, you know what I'm talking about. Put the fours up. Guess you can't see mine. Put your fours up. We got ourselves a ball game. Fourth quarter begins, and as Tim Tebow would say, we have one quarter for the rest of our lives. One quarter for the rest of our lives. Who will want it more? Who will make the last play? Who will make more plays? Can the Giants force a turnover? Or will it be the Vikings who score to take a 4-point lead? And then the Giants respond and score a touchdown themselves and go back up 3. And then the Vikings kick a field goal to tie the game. And then overtime. Is this our first overtime game of the 2023 playoffs? It's very possible. Very possible. We saw Gano make a 63-yard field goal, 62-yard field goal. I think it was either 61, 62. He made that field goal to win the game as the score was tied in the last time these two teams played. I think it was 3 weeks ago. Could he make a similar kick to send a game into overtime? I think so. I think we could have ourselves one of those games on our hands. So strap up. Get ready, grab your beer, grab your drink, your wine, whatever it is, your cider, whatever you need, because we are in for a treat. Lunchtime is your halftime.
I know everything about my new furniture business. Well, everything except the whole...
The last play was an 11-yard pass from Kirk Cousins to Osborne to the Giants' 43-yard line for 11 yards. And now we are back in Minneapolis, where the Minnesota Vikings will continue to try to drive. Roger Goodell is on the field. Charlie Huizinga is a kid on the field, and he was just given Super Bowl tickets, and that must be a great feeling, being able to make people that happy. You know, it's awesome seeing a little kid at that age be that happy for Goodell giving him Super Bowl tickets, because it reminds me how long I've really enjoyed this sport. A screen pass to Dalvin Cook, and that's going to be tackled at the 30-yard line. And now it's going to be 2nd and 11. 30-yard line, so the Vikings right from here would be a 47-yard field goal. And that's pretty makeable. They're down 3, so I would expect the Vikings to kick a field goal if it came down to it. But definitely Vikings trying to take the lead here. Don't want a field goal. Vikings fans staying nice and quiet while the offense is at work. Thibodeau with his hand wrapped up for being stepped on. Can he make a play? Team needs him to. Number 5, edge rusher on the bottom of your screen. Can he get to the quarterback? Cousins is going to pump, throw it to Cook. Cook spins off of a player, stays on his feet somehow, but then loses his footing and then trips over himself and goes down at the 18-yard line. So now it's 3rd down again. So we've seen the Giants defense force a lot of 3rd downs in this game. There's been a lot of 3rd downs, but the Vikings have been really efficient on 3rd down. And the Giants not really giving up any big plays, but just failing to get off the field on 3rd down. Well, this one's 3rd and 8. So this may be a good time for them to get off the field. Let's see what happens. They've been going to Hawkinson a lot on 3rd down. And Cousins snaps it, and he throws it, and it's going to be caught, and that's TJ Hawkinson. And he fights and fights and fights, and it looks like 3 Giants were there trying to get him short of the line, and Hawkinson kept fighting to get to the line. It looked like it was on the line. It looked like it could have been short, but he just keeps fighting. And I think that last effort gets him right over that line. That is just a hard-fought first down. TJ Hawkinson. That has been their guy on third down today. And then JST asking questions about the Georgia Bulldogs. I'm not like well versed on college football. I don't do college football like I do the NFL. But once we get into April, I do study. But back to the Vikings Giants game. Short. Okay, so they're going to mark him short. He looked short. I did say that they gave it to him on the last effort because that is where he got that extra yard, but they're still saying that was a little bit short. So now it's 4th and 1, and the Vikings are in a field goal, and they're down a field goal, but they're in field goal range. It's 4th and 1. Do you tie the game? So this is, all not for nothing, or do you go for it and risk getting nothing on this drive? On TV, it reads 4th and 1. It's probably more like 4th and inches. The Vikings are going for it. The Vikings are going to go for it. So here we go. The Vikings huddled up with 13 minutes and 1 second left on a 4th and 1, trying to regain the lead. No ties here. They do not want a tie. They want the final lead here, so they are going to go for it. 13:01 on the clock, and now it starts 52, 51, 50, 12:49. All right, they break the huddle at 12:49. They line up. Kirk Cousins going under center. Let's see if they run it or if they QB sneak. They jumped off sides. The play is being stopped. Kirk Cousins got the first down doing a QB sneak. False start on number 71. So the Vikings, after getting the first down, wow. So now it's 4th and 6, and they will kick the field goal. That was the first penalty accepted. 48-yard attempt on 38-yard attempt on 4th and 6 to tie the game. The snap is good. The hold is good. The kick on its way, and it's up through the upright. All right, so we are all squared away. 24 apiece. Kevin O'Connell really mad about that call. Super, super mad. 12 minutes and 34 seconds left in the third quarter. And the Vikings kicking the ball off to the Giants. So we put the asterisk next to the G. There you go. There is your updated ticker and score. This is coming down to the last minute. Uh-oh, Mushrooms hoodie alert. This is the local drive-in, man. I didn't even realize that I was putting on purple for the Vikings game, but I'm actually cheering for the Giants. I'm cheering for the Giants after that long-winded debate that we had on Wednesday about Daniel Jones deserving to be the quarterback for the Giants next year. I think we are so quick to be like Mahomes, Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers. We don't have one of those. Okay, let's get a new one. It's like, wait a minute. From a guy that's been on a quarterback carousel for the last 6 years, trying to get guys like Joe Flacco and the backup quarterback for Sam, the backup quarterback who was the quarterback for the Minneapolis Miracle, He threw it to Stephon Diggs. I'm drawing a blank on his name. The Teddy Bridgewater's like, you don't want to get on the quarterback carousel. The grass is not always greener on the other side. Normal people don't have Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes. That is obviously a very good thing to have on your team, but if you have a quarterback that is leading your team into the playoffs, I'm just saying, be cautious before saying, oh, we need to get rid of this guy, because you better make sure that whoever you're replacing that guy with is going to take the team at least to the playoffs. Otherwise, you're just a moron. Like, we've seen teams make it far into the postseason without great quarterbacks, and I would argue Eli Manning won 2 Super Bowls, and he wasn't a great quarterback. So you can win it all without a great quarterback. I mean, obviously you don't prefer it, but I think Daniel Jones had over 70 yards rushing in the first half. They're going to need him to get more involved. Obviously, in the second half, we haven't seen Daniel Jones using his feet as much. I think halftime adjustments were made by the Vikings. They were trying to set the edge and contain him. Daniel Jones just kept being able to snap the ball and roll out, and the angle pursuit was really bad by the edge rushers. We've seen them really set the edge in the second half and limit Daniel Jones' ability to roll out. So now he's stepping up, and there's just not as much there. So let's see, next gen stats. No, they're talking about his scrambles right here. Yep. They're explaining how he's able to just get outside. They're not designed runs. He sees so much green and he takes it. He's really good at relying on his feet. And we also see that he's not going out of bounds and sliding, but he's getting those extra 1-2 yards, making contact with linebackers. Daniel Jones wants this. Let's see if he can get the lead back. The ball is snapped. He's looking. He throws it. And he throws it away over the head of number 80. Never intended to be caught. 12 minutes and 29 seconds left on the clock. Both teams are tied. Both teams have 3 timeouts. Daniel Jones, 17 for 23 on the day, 223 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. I would say he's been playing pretty good. Hostile environment, really loud right now. Let's see how he responds to it in his first playoff game. All right, shotgun formation. Ball is snapped. He fakes the handoff, throws this. Great ball, very catchable ball, very receiver friendly, on the run for 86. That is a great ball right there under pressure. So they blitz the linebacker. The other linebacker drops back, but his job is to pick up 86, and he just doesn't have the speed to stay with him. Patrick Peterson able to clean up at the end of that play. 12 minutes and 4 seconds, and now we're under 12 minutes left. 1st and 10, new set of downs. Danny Dimes, shotgun formation. The ball is snapped in a quick throw back to 80 and all the way to the 48. Minnesota's 48, so they crossed into Minnesota territory, and that was number 80. I believe that was Victor. No, was Victor Cruz number 13? Who used to be number 80 for the... I feel like they used to have somebody that was number 80 that was pretty memorable. But that one was Jones. A lot of these receivers, like I said, watched a lot of football. I don't know these receivers by name. And that's another reason that Daniel Jones shouldn't be critiqued too hard. Fakes the handoff, takes a shot deep downfield. And that was for number 86. There's a flag on the play, and this looks like it's going to be either holding. I would say holding. Illegal contact on defense, number 39. So that is on the cornerback. Let's see what he did here. Legal contact, just hanging on to him, hovering over him, impeding his ability to run the route. It didn't look that violent, to be honest. I thought that was probably one of those they could have not called, but Daniel Jones, shotgun formation, standing in the middle of the Viking symbol, 50-yard line. He's going to throw this one, and that's going to be a quick throwing catch to Slayton. Gain of 4 yards. And the Giants putting together a pretty nice drive. And I would say if you didn't know that Daniel Jones was playing in his first playoff game, you wouldn't know, because he looks calm, he looks collective, he's making good reads, he's playing with guts, he's determined, and now they're going to come out and say that that was an incomplete pass. That instant review being utilized a lot today, and it's a good job by the officials correcting that one, because definitely looked like a catch in real life. Crowd's starting to get into it now as the Vikings cross over. You know, they get really into it because they're actually really scared. It's like when you're laughing so you don't have to cry. They're getting really loud right now because the Giants are approaching an area where they can take the lead in the fourth. Daniel Jones rolling out, taking a shot to the sideline. Is that a catch? Let's see what the ref says. That looked catch. They're calling it a catch. What a play and throw by Danny Dimes. This is why they call him Danny Dimes. I didn't know it until now. Look at this. Let's look at that again. Look at that throw. That's a catch. They snapped it. It doesn't matter. And now he takes a deep shot all the way downfield and a 50-50 ball. Oh, I thought he caught it. He threw a 50-50 ball downfield in it. Great job by Daniel Jones having the awareness. Hey, let's get up and snap this ball so the crew doesn't look at it. Young guy, but very smart. Go up there, snap the ball. And that was almost a touchdown. Can you believe it? That was almost an amazing catch. And then looking back at that other one, that was indeed a catch. He didn't have to run up and snap the ball, but it was the smart thing to do. So here we go. 2nd and 10, 10:49 in the fourth quarter. 5 seconds on the play clock. Daniel Jones, no running back, shotgun formation by himself. He's going to throw a quick one to that. It looks like the running back. Oh, that's Barkley. So a quick little flat route for Barkley. The other two wide receivers are not necessarily blocking, but running routes that get in the way. It's like how you can legally pick people, is that you just run routes. You run routes. Ooh. 19 pancake, number 20. Like once he catches the ball, you can start blocking, but he wouldn't have been able to do that until he caught the ball. So we've seen a lot of routes that intentionally get in the way because you can't pick anymore. This is going to be Daniel Jones keeping it himself and running it for a gain of 4. And that is something that we saw a lot in the first half, not so much in the second half. Daniel Jones, 21 for 29, 277 yards, 2 touchdowns. 11 rushes, 76 yards. What's there not to like? Because he's skinny and looks funny? I mean, because he's not Patrick Mahomes and, I mean, not in commercials. And he's playing a very good football game right now. Shotgun formation. He's going to fake the handoff, roll out. He's sliding kind of to his left. Keeps his head downfield. And now he's going to throw it into the back of the end zone. I like the protection he had on that play, and he seemed really calm. That was in a very long time. He didn't give up on the play. I would like to see the replay to see if the receivers continued running routes, because it's almost hard to believe that a play that lasts that long, the receiver couldn't get loose somehow or another. That's the advantage of having like a Tyreek Hill or something like that. Those guys can get into that kind of soft space and just play some backyard football. The ball was kicked, so they're going to respot the ball. So 9 minutes and 13 seconds left. 3rd and 5. the Vikings trying to hold off Danny Dimes in the red zone right now on the 12-yard line. Daniel Jones, shotgun formation. Saquon Barkley behind. He's going to throw this one and out route, a beautiful pass. Great throwing catch. Danny Dimes and his timing has just been very, very good today. It's just they're in a great rhythm right now. That is just a really, really good throwing catch. I mean, it was a little bit behind him, but that also allowed him to stay in bounds. They're going to go for it because Dabble has Dabble the size of a regular man's balls. This is the guy that went for 2 week 1 to win the game. Why wouldn't they go for it? Flick it to Saquon Barkley. They're going to QB sneak it. And Daniel Jones looks like he gets bent in weird, awkward shapes like a rag doll. Look at this. Look at this. It looks like his back totally bent backwards right here. Jeez. Daniel Jones just wants this so bad. I really hope people start taking him a little more serious if he pulls this one off, because he is having a hell of a game right now. We are about to go under 8 minutes left. Giants have a fresh set of downs on the 5-yard line. Tie ball game. Can the Giants score right now to take the lead? 1 second on the play clock. It's going to be a fake handoff, fake reverse, then a throw all the way to the back of the end zone. Intended for no one, but they're going to call holding on number 7. I believe that's Patrick Peterson, which will be half the distance to the goal, automatic. First down. So from the 2.5-yard line, first down. All right. So everything we said is true. Patrick Peterson just grabs him. Definitely impedes his ability to run that route. So here we go. From the 2-yard line, first and goal. Saquon Barkley runs this. Touchdown. The Giants take the lead. The Giants have taken the lead in Minneapolis. The Giants have 30 points with 7 minutes and 47 seconds left. The pressure's on Kirk Cousins and the offense. They have won the most close games of any team in the NFL. Last season, they lost the most close games of any team in the NFL. This year they won, I believe, 13 games decided by 3 points or fewer, most in the NFL. The Vikings very, very used to and comfortable playing in close, tight games. This is not a scenario where I expect them to panic and freak out. Unfortunately, the Vikings and their fans have been used to being in this situation all season long. But it is the playoffs, and it does feel like the weight is a little heavier and the pressure is a little stronger. Will the Vikings be able to treat this as business as usual and march down and respond? But good job on the Giants getting a touchdown, not a field goal. The best the Vikings could do, assuming they don't go for 2, is tie the game. And with 7:47, I would also assume that the Giants would get the ability to at least touch the ball one more time. So here we go, man. Let me update the ticker. Gosh, just another great game. So Vikings, there we go. Giants 31. And Vikings 24. Fourth quarter, 7 minutes and 47 seconds. And the asterisk, as I've mentioned before, but if you're coming in here for the first time, first off, welcome. Second off, the asterisk that you're seeing on the bottom of your screen is the symbol to describe who has the ball. So you'll see Giants 31, Vikings 24, and then a little asterisk next to the Vikings. That is who has the ball, assuming that they don't onside kick it right now. But that would be a curveball. That would be a curveball that would actually be a dabble the size of a regular man's balls type of thing to do in this situation, is kick an onside kick. I can't say I would be too surprised about that. And quite frankly, I might crack open my first beer of the day. I think it's beer 30. I think it's beer 30. It's Sunday. It's the weekend. Football is on. I'm going to crack a beer. I'm going to crack a beer to you guys for sticking with this podcast for the long duration. I know that you guys could probably watch these games without being on the channel, but you choose to be on the channel. And because of that, you guys are the best. So I'm going to cheers this one to you. Shout out to Tyler, to JST, to Jinja, to Robert. I'm losing my voice. Robert, who's at the bar watching his Giants right now. So shout out to all of you. Ooh. Right when it went silent. That was dope. This is a dry cider. It's a locally owned solar power, no added sulfites, gluten-free, vegan, fiercely local. I have no idea what any of that means, but it is a very dry, hard cider. Very dry. Just that perfect balance of every time you finish a sip, dry enough to make you want another. So here we go. 7 minutes, 47 seconds. This is a 6.7er. Not bad. Oh, that was good. All right, 7 minutes and 47. The ball is kicked. What was this low wobbly kick? He's going to take it out. I don't know if this was intentional or what, but it doesn't turn out to be that big of a disaster for either team because it's at the 23. He lost his shoe? Let's look at... No way. No way. Oh my goodness. How do you lose a shoe? That's unbelievable. The ref grabs the shoe and starts running. How do you lose a shoe, man? Isn't that like part of the deal? You have to have your cleats tied pretty tight to like be able to cut and feel. Guess if you want to play loose, you got to keep your shoes loose. All right, so unfortunately there's an injury that's also going to halt this game for the time. We're going to go to an injury timeout here. And when we get back, Kirk Cousins will be taking the field at his own 23 down 7 with about half, a little under, just a little over technically half of a quarter left. So I would assume this is when guys like Justin Jefferson would step up, right? Your best players step up at the biggest moments. But the Giants have done a pretty good job of containing Justin Jefferson. They have 2 people on him at all times. There's like a high and a low safety. And they've been playing like that all day. So really it's been TJ Hawkinson, Adam Thielen. Those have been the 2 guys to go to. A lot of attention's been on Justin Jefferson. I think that is definitely something that they're going to keep doing. So as much as we are accustomed to see big players step up in big moments, my big player in this drive is actually going to be TJ Hawkinson. I think he's going to have a big play in this drive, and he's had a lot of big plays. I think if he has another big play, he might go over 130 yards or something like that. And let me pull up the stats really quick. So as far as receiving for the Vikings, he has, so TJ Hawkinson is leading the Vikings in receptions with 6. Well, Justin Jefferson has 7, but Jefferson's 7 for 47 and Hawkinson is 6 for 104. So Hawkinson is getting the majority of the yards right now for the Vikings, and we'll see if that continues on this drive. It's always better when you're at a game when you really care and it's an important game, a playoff game. It's nice when you're on defense. Damn, that was a huge hit. USFL commercial starting in April. Yeah, it's nice when you're on defense because at least you can like scream. Jason Pinnock, safety, number 21, getting on the cart, unfortunately. Oh, man, too bad. You hate to see that. Hopefully he'll be all right. Kirk Cousins, shotgun. Here's the first play of the new drive. It's going to be a swing pass to Dalvin Cook, and it's going to be immediately shut down. Great defense. They were all over that. That was Holmes, number 30. That was just a great read and then pursuit and then execution. That was a good swarm. 2nd and 14. Clock rolling. 7:15. The ball is snapped. Kirk Cousins looking. He finds a screen for Hawkinson, and that is only able to pick up a couple. Let's see where they mark that. So it's going to bring up 3rd down. We are going under 7 minutes right now. Thibodeau there with his hand wrapped up from being stepped on by a 300-pound man, playing through some injuries. He's got 3 tackles and 5 pressures today. It's 3rd and 12. Let's see if Thibodeau has a big moment right here. I think he was the 3rd overall pick in the draft, making a huge difference on this team. And he's going to rush after the quarterback. Got a good bull rush going. It's picked up well. And then Kirk Cousins, as he's being pulled down, throws it to Dalvin Cook, and it's just outside his reach. So a 3 and out for the Vikings is their response to the Giants taking a 7-point lead with the 4th quarter halfway over. So this is a clear punt situation. So you're trying to prevent a 2-possession lead. And the problem is you are now having to rely on your defense. And we talked about this. This is the worst passing defense in the NFL. And now you have to rely on them. Not a good situation for the Vikes. So 6 minutes and 12 seconds left in the game. And on the field comes the Dogs. Saquon Barkley, Daniel Jones, the underappreciated, undeserved, underrated, undrafted. I'm just kidding. Saquon Barkley was like number 1 overall. But they were underdogs going into this game. And they're starting to get a little fired up. And I feel that you can see it all over them, that victory, winning their playoff game. This is a pretty young team all around. This is the first time maybe 80% of these people have ever been in the playoffs. This is a very young team. Games with 30-plus points. The Giants have never lost this season. That's a testament to their defense. Daniel Jones, shotgun formation, no running back. Barkley goes in motion. He's going to throw it to... Oh, my God, it was almost intercepted. That was Sullivan, number 39. Yikes. That would have changed things fast. Ooh, I thought Saquon Barkley would have been the good choice. He would have at least picked up 4 yards. All right. The ball is snapped. Daniel Jones throws it to Saquon Barkley. He catches it with one hand, and he's able to pick up a very, very clutch first down with 6 minutes and 2 seconds on the clock. And now we are under 6 minutes. Daniel Jones finds Saquon. He's able to grab that with one hand, tuck it, and get past that first down marker. Nice. Barkley and Danny dimes, shotgun formation. They're staying together. This is going to be a designed run to Daniel Jones, and he is going to be tackled after a gain of 2. That'll bring up second down, and we're about to go under 5 minutes. 5:22 on the clock right now. $5:22 on the clock as we speak. Second and 9. Man in motion. Quick throw to number 18. Going to be a yard short, so second and 9. What? Here we go. 4 minutes and 25 seconds. The Vikings are on the brink of losing this game. This is crazy. And when you think about how far the Giants started back in their own territory, you realize that they could go on a drive that ends. They could end the game on this drive. And now here we go, 3rd and 1, and Barkley's going to be, let's see where they call forward progress, because it's going to be 4th and less than a yard. And let's see, what does Dabble do? What does Dabble do on 4th and less than a yard? I think Dabble is going to keep his team out there. I mean, you're down a whole touchdown, and they keep the offense out there, and the crowd getting into it, starting to scream. Yep, timeout on the Giants. Giants are going to think this one over. I mean, when you're up 7, things are a lot different. When you're up 7, you don't have to worry so much about not getting it, because the worst they could do is tie. But if you're only up 3 points and you turn this ball over, I think you got to punt it. 3 minutes and 28 seconds left. 4th and 1. The Giants with only 2 timeouts. The Vikings with all 3. Here we go. The Giants have come back out onto the field. The timeout did not change their mind. They are here for one reason, and that is to win the game. Will they be able to do it in Minnesota, or will they lose their momentum right here? And they get the first down on a QB sneak. Daniel Jones able to get it. He goes straight up the middle, and then we've been seeing this all year. Philly really did this the most. The fullback pushes Daniel Jones, and then Saquon Barkley comes and pushes the fullback. So now you have 3 people pushing one person. Nobody does this better than the Philadelphia Eagles. And Sirianni has definitely made that specific play famous this year. Now Kevin O'Connell it looks like he's mad that maybe that when the ball came out, they said the game was over, or the play was over.
He absolutely did. He ran down the sideline.
He wanted a timeout before that play ever started and didn't get it. Okay, so let's reevaluate right here. There's 3 minutes and 18 seconds in the 4th quarter. A fresh set of down for the Vikings. I mean, for the Giants. They are not yet.
So what happened is they had 12 men. This is the 12th defender. They're trying to get him off the field. He gets off. Clearly signaling time.
So Kevin O'Connell was trying to call timeout because there was 12 men on the field, and it had nothing to do with the play. This next play is going to be a run to Saquon Barkley. He's going to be met at the line of scrimmage for no gain. And now you got the Vikings burning their timeouts at midfield. They're still in Giants territory. The Giants haven't crossed over the 50-yard line mark, but they are, 2-3 yards away from it. So not in field goal range yet.
Minnesota would take their third, and if all they have left is the 2-minute warning, you feel pretty good about that situation.
So what? The Vikings now only have one timeout remaining. I thought they had two remaining, but they only have one timeout remaining, which means if the Giants could pick up one more first down on third down, they could potentially that would be pretty much the end of the game. And we talked about it when this drive started. We said they're so backed up. They could go on a drive so long that the game ends. Daniel Jones is going to hold it. They're going to throw here, which is a ballsy move, and Daniel Jones makes the right decision. It doesn't look good on paper that he takes a sack right here, but it keeps the clock rolling. And you cannot underestimate how smart that play is, because Russell Wilson had a play like that this season against the Raiders, and he didn't go down. He threw an incomplete pass, and then we had to punt the ball to the Raiders, and they had enough time to come back and score, take it into overtime, and then they beat us. That is a very high IQ play for a young guy in his first playoff game. That was just genius. I didn't know if he was going to do it in that moment, but the fact that he did it, I love that. Great decision. The clock is now stopped with Minnesota's final timeout. So you make Minnesota burn one. So basically, you take a 5-yard loss and you make them use their last timeout. So here we go. 3rd and 15. A first down would probably put this game almost out of reach. All right, so here we go. Daniel Jones throwing the ball. Oh, my God, it's dropped. Oh, my God. He had the middle of the field. He was in the middle of the field all by himself. He catches that ball. 90% chance that he gets over to the first down. He drops the ball. Look at this. Nothing but green grass in front of him. How did he just... This game could have just ended. And that is why I don't want the Vikings to win this game, because that's how they win. Damn it. So now the Vikings get second life, and they're really good at capitalizing on mistakes late in the game. This game was almost all but over if he catches this ball. They have no timeouts. You give them a first down, and all that they have at that point is the 2-minute warning, and look at how happy the Viking fans are. That had nothing to do with you. I really hope the Vikings don't win this game now. And they're ruining my boy's stats too. Danny Dimes gets an incompletion with that. 8 wins when trailing in the final. Yeah, not today. Come on. Where's Thibodeau? Coming from the other side. And this is going to be a quick throw for a gain of 3. Now the Vikings need a touchdown to tie the game. There's 2 minutes and 45 seconds left. Only the 2-minute warning can stop the clock. Kirk Cousins needs to go on a basically 90-yard drive for a touchdown to save the Vikings season. And this time it's going to, oh my God, it was almost a sack. And Kirk Cousins does a fantastic job of getting rid of the ball, and then a flag comes out. No way! What? There's no way. I was shocked that he got the ball out. How was the defender supposed to know that he threw it? He thought he was sacking him. That is such a bad bullshit call. What? Oh my goodness. What? What? What is that? Vikings, 1st and 10, shotgun formation, completed to Hawkinson, almost to midfield now. This is such horse shit. What? I have no idea what that was. All right. Kirk Cousins looking, taking a shot downfield. And that one's going to be incomplete, intended for Adam Thielen. Looks like he had a step on him, and it just got thrown a little bit outside of his reach. So, last play before the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes and 3 seconds left in this game. It's 2nd and 10. The Vikings have not crossed over into Vikings territory yet. Plenty of time for anybody to go on a drive here. There's a lot of time. A lot of time. All right, Kirk Cousins, shotgun formation. Thibodeau, bottom of your screen. Gonna try to, gonna get it off to Delvin Cook, and he's gonna be able to get only back to the line of scrimmage and out of bounds. 2-minute warning, 3rd down. So we are gonna have a 2-minute warning break right now. Look at Dabble going to Slayton, his young receiver who dropped that ball. And he said, young man, you're doing a great job. Keep your head up. It's not your fault. Man, what's there not to like about Dabble and what he is? He just seems like a real true leader and coach. Everything that you think of when you think of the word coach is what Dabble looks like, at least. I've heard only good things. And he's got his team fighting here pretty hard, and the refs are trying to ruin it. That was a atrocious call. I mean, it was so bad because not only was that not unnecessary roughness, but it also looked like when I was watching the game, it looked like he was being sacked. And as he was being tackled to the ground, he threw the ball. So basically, he throws the ball in the middle of his sack, and then they say because he threw the ball, it's roughing the passer. Or they were trying to say that he hit him in the head, but he literally just barely brushed his helmet. It was such a terrible call that this is what I mean about those type of calls right there. Cannot happen. When the gravity of the game, when there is that much at stakes, we cannot have those type of penalties. And there's no way, absolutely no way, that they don't know that, because I know nothing about being a professional ref, and I realize, okay, those calls that could go either way, this is not the time for them. When the game is on the line, it is not the time to throw a flag out on something that the 90% of the country is shaking their head. Literally the only people okay with that call are Viking fans. Literally the only people. And probably even Viking fans, for that matter, don't like that call. That was just a terrible, terrible call. And unfortunately, it gave the Vikings a lot of life. It moved them almost to midfield. And now, after the 2-minute warning commercial's up, they're going to have a big 3rd down to convert here. I'm going to try to do some P for the D really quick before that play happens. All right, so here we go. 3rd and 8, 1:56 left. No timeouts for the Vikings. Need to convert here to cross over into Giants territory. Down 7. The ball is snapped. Kirk Cousins looking. He finds his receiver, and that is intended for number 17. And they do not call a pass interference. And number 28 says, "Come on, man. Come on, man. You're gonna try me like that?" He's feeling himself out there. Why shouldn't he? Young team taking on a 12-4 team on the road, and they are proving that they belong in the playoffs. Here we go. The ball game is going to be decided on the outcome of this play. this 4th and 8 play, one play, they will think about this one play for 6 months, for better or for worse. It will come down to this snap. It's snapped. Cousins looking, scanning. He finds Hawkinson, and it's not going to be completed. The Vikings lose. The Vikings lose. The Giants have won. Dabble's first year as a Giants head coach ends in a wild card win in Minneapolis. The Giants have just beaten the Vikings. Wow. The fans are sad. Their heads are down. They're mourning. They're looking at their watches. They're heading out. They're leaving. They don't want to stay for the kneel downs. They're in shock. They cannot believe that a Giants team has just come in here and played better than them on offense, on defense, on special teams. They were better. The Giants were the better team. They deserve to continue. They deserve a chance to take on the top dog, Philadelphia Eagles, next week. And even if they get their asses handed to them, they earn the right to go prove who they are. And that's even cooler that that's an NFC East showdown. So the Eagles are going to be receiving the Giants unless let's see, who would be the other team. There's the Tampa Bay is playing the Cowboys. Yeah. No, the Giants would go because they locked up the 6th seed and the 7th seed was Seattle and they're out. So there you go. Daniel Jones taking the final. He's going to have to take one more kneel down. On 3rd down, here it is. Dabble, very poised, calm, and collective, understands that this was not the end goal. This is just part of the journey. Keeping his eye on the prize. No Gatorade bath, no funny business. They're on a mission. And you can never underestimate a wild card team that is playing with fire and passion. And that is literally why they called this round the wild card round. It wouldn't be a wild card round if things like this didn't happen. And that is what makes wild card round arguably the best round of the playoffs, because it is the Giants who steal a win in Minneapolis, and not by 3 or 2.5 like the books, by 7 points. And Kevin O'Connell shakes hands with Dabble, mic'd up. You can hear him. He said that was a hell of a game. Says the same thing to Danny Dimes, Daniel Jones. Questions about Daniel Jones should finally start coming down a little bit. I don't think there needs to be questions about who your starters next year. Dabble and Danny Dimes dab it up in the middle of the field, give each other a hug. You have to be impressed with this Giants team, whether you like them or not. They did play their hearts out, and they deserve to go into Philly next week. So that will be a super, super fun game. And our next wild card game is going to be the Ravens and the Bengals. And if the Ravens can somehow win that game, I said it before, it's going to get really interesting to see how the Lamar Jackson story is going to change, because as of right now, Lamar Jackson's too injured to play. But does it hurt Lamar Jackson's value if a backup quarterback is able to win a playoff game with the Ravens, and then maybe Lamar's like, oh shit, I better be, the quarterback before some backup takes the team to, an AFC championship game. But then John Harbaugh might be like, no, man, like you said, you're hurt. This thing, I just don't see it ending in a good way. The Lamar Jackson, the entire situation to me seems like Lamar Jackson knows what his value is to him, but I don't think he's going to get that from anyone else. And then he's going to end up taking a deal that's less than what the Ravens offered him in the offseason last year. It's no different than being at the poker table and you're like, oh man, I was up 700 and now here I am leaving the table with $350. Like sometimes it just goes that way. I don't know. There may be a team like the Texans or even the Titans or Atlanta or Carolina. There may be a team that's desperate and wants to give him $260-70 million, $240 guaranteed. But are they going to have the cap space to even put a team around him? Or are they just going to have an injury-prone quarterback for the next 10 years? And that is the question that I think every owner is going to be asking, and that's why that price tag's got to come down. I don't think any owner is going to want to pay the highest price in the NFL for a quarterback that is not in the top 5 currently, who may not play every game. And the only thing Lamar Jackson could do to reiterate and prove that he is worth that is to be playing right now in these games, in the playoffs, showing heart and whatever the case is. But look, we don't know the whole situation. Maybe he is actually truly like badly still injured, but something smells fishy. And I'm not the only one that thinks that. Something smells a little fishy in the area. Hard to believe if Lamar Jackson wasn't on that $300 million contract that he wouldn't be out there. And it feels also like how when you're going into the draft, you hold out of your bowl game so you don't get injured. It almost feels like Lamar's doing that, but he's holding out of the playoffs. So we are going to transition to football night in America. And we got interviews with Joe Burrow. We got Lamar Jackson drama coming up. Chris Collinsworth, actually. Oh, that's so cool. They just showed Chris Collinsworth walking through the metal detectors to get in the game, and Joe Burrow happened to be behind him, and he did the old shoulder tap, and he looked back, and Joe Burrow was gone. Joe Burrow is such a kid, and he's actually very, very, very good at football, and he's another guy that somehow I still think is a little underrated. Just when you look at the fact that he took his team to the Super Bowl, being the highest sacked quarterback in the NFL, and then his ability to come back this year and not even be considered a top 5 threat to make it to the Super Bowl. Not even listed. Top 5. Bengals weren't on the list because, 1, they thought that last season was a fluke, and 2, they thought last season was a fluke. That's the only logical explanation that a team like the Bengals, whose only weakness was on the offensive line and a couple spots on defense, beef up the offensive line and totally fix it, put like $90 million into it, and then they're not even on the prediction radar for the Super Bowl. And yeah, they have the best receiving core in the NFL with T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, and Tyler Boyd. They got Joe Mixon coming back for this game. They have, in my opinion, a top 3 quarterback in Joe Burrow, who all he did in his whole life is win. And he's really transcended the Bengals. Like, they've won 10 plus games in the last 2 years. And that's really the only 2 years that he started quarterback for the Bengals. So I feel like he's been another guy that just, for whatever reason, this is the same thing that happens all the time. This is like the Daniel Jones thing we were just talking about. When you've been bad for decades, it takes a long time for people to accept that you're good. The Bengals have been bad for the better part of my entire life. So most people, when they think of the Bengals, they don't think of a good team. They're like, yeah, the Bengals, yeah, they made it to the Super Bowl at like one time, but it's like, because you're not familiar with it, you're subconsciously biased against it. But you don't want to be late to the party. I'm telling you right now, the Bengals with Joe Burrow are going to be contending for Super Bowl every single week because of his talent. And that's why you heard him tell that reporter 4 days ago or whatever. They said, is this game important because you are in a Super Bowl window? And he said, my Super Bowl window is my career. As long as I'm the quarterback for this team, we're in a window. And that's the kind of confidence that you need to have. And we will see if he is going to be able to take that confidence tonight to will the Bengals the victory. What is it? Baltimore's number 3 in points allowed defensively. So how much passing yards does Joe Burrow throw tonight? I'm going to say probably between like 260 and 279. Probably somewhere around there. Don't expect it to be a totally crazy high-scoring game, but the fact that the Bengals, they just, I feel like they're always going out onto the field playing as if they're not taken seriously. Like, it's all about Kansas City and Buffalo. And you saw what Buffalo did today. right? And then going into next week, it's all going to be about Buffalo. Buffalo, yeah, they had a bad game. Everyone's going to move on from it. If the Bengals had a game like that, they would be dogged so hard. They would be not taken serious, but whatever. Buffalo's going to be able to move on and be favored to win the next game, even if it's against the Bengals. And all I'm going to say is Buffalo better show up to the party, because what they did today at home against the Dolphins with the third-string quarterback, that's not going to cut it. That's not going to get the job done against Joe Burrow and a high-powered offense who is underrated defense, too. No one talks about the defense. When they played Tom Brady, they had, 4 turnovers in the second half. They forced 4 turnovers in the second half. That tied Tom Brady's all-time record. His entire life, he's never done, or he tied it. But that is a huge deal. And when you think of the Bengals, you think of the receivers and quarterback, but you don't think of the defense. And the defense is sneaky. They're sneaky good, and I think this Bengals team is going to definitely make a run for a Super Bowl. They are not a tier 2 team. They're a tier 1. So Rick is going to be joining us now with Only Football. For our Sunday night version, I'm actually going to be switching from my phone to Peacock so I can turn the game on. And we're going to do, he's just hopping in the shower really quick. He's going to send me a picture. What? No, I'm just kidding. But he is going to hop in the shower, come back out. I'm going to have the game on Peacock, and then we're going to hit up that game together. And I hope you guys are going to stick along for the ride. I got, I got 2.5 beers. I can stretch those pretty long. So go ahead. This is your time. Run to the corner store, grab your beers, your Black and Milds, your Swisher Sweets, whatever your thing is. Grab some chocolate. I don't know. But get ready for another episode in live stream of Playoff Super Wild Card Saturday, because it is about to go down. We only got 2 more games, so we got to soak these up and enjoy it. Our next edition coming at you live in the next 5 minutes. See ya!